Welcome to Limitless by Gray, the podcast that empowers you to break through your barriers and unlock your limitless potential. Hi guys, welcome to another exciting episode of Limitless by Gray. Today we have an exciting guest. She's an award-winning visual artist, an illustrator, a mentor to so many artists out there. Am I getting this right?
Yes.
And she's also the co-founder of a fashion brand, Bosti. Today we have Renike. Her name is Morenike Olusanya, but we all know her as Renike. Welcome to Gray. You're so pretty.
Thank you.
And great job with Bosti. I
Thank
think
you.
it's amazing. Another thing, I thought you looked very hot on the cover of GQ. How does that feel?
Oh,
my
hi on
God.
me. Feeling shy.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much. I couldn't believe how I looked there too.
It was so hot.
Thank you.
Okay, so now before we jump right into our questions, we'll be doing a little exercise, like an icebreaker. So you're going to be blind ranking a few musicians.
Okay.
But so the thing is, if I call Davido and you say Davido is your number one, and I call Whiskey, you can't say Whiskey is your number one. I'm going to call 5 artists.
Okay.
And then, so the first person is Two-Face.
So what do I from between
1 to 5. You have to rank that person 1 to 5.
5?
5. Oh.
I feel like I don't know. Maybe my mom would rate him.
That's true. I just thought as a legend you should collect.
No, I do respect you, Two-Face. I like the work you've done in the industry.
You folded.
Yeah, but like just for me, it's not. It's
Okay.
number 5.
Okay, number 2, Tiwa Savage.
4. I'm hopeful that you will call.
Me, I'm not the one that put all these artists together.
Can we start
The
again
person-
when I hear everything? Can we start again when I hear everything?
No, you can't start again. Olamide.
3.
You know what? I know.
No, just continue.
I know one of your favorite artists, and now I think that we should have put them on that.
What
list.
does his her name starts with?
There's one that starts with R, and then there's one that starts with A.
Oh wait.
Okay,
Burna, proceed.
Burna Boy.
I'm going to rank Burna Boy on number 2.
Okay, Adekole Gold.
What?
Okay, bonus one, Ashake.
He's on top of all of them. I love Ashake. I love Ashake. So,
Why?
yeah. You know, there are some people that you can say they're just musicians, and then there's some people that you call artists.
Right.
I feel like Ashake embodies everything from like his lyrics, even though I don't even understand some of it.
Yeah.
His art, he's not trying to be like anybody else. His
Right.
style is different.
Right.
His music is different.
Right.
The music videos are different and very well done, interesting. So it's like he knows his stuff, and then he's just trying to be himself and just trying to be great at what he does.
I know, and his fashion is
Tight top and big jeans.
Digget.
Love it.
Digget. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Complete this sentence. Dating me is like...
I'm not gonna say a roller coaster because that's what Nigerian person. Dating is like a roller coaster. Dating me is like, it's fun, right? Because I'm a very lovely and funny babe,
I agree.
and unfortunately, I'm an understanding babe. I'm one of them, so it's like a good thing. So it's a good thing, but if you're with the wrong person, it can be a bad thing for you.
You said something else one time that made people think that you're not an understanding babe.
I said I was strict. Yeah, I am strict.
Okay, we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Okay, so the third question is, if you could swap lives with any celebrity, who would it be?
Beyonce. Because I feel like there was something someone told me one time when I was feeling weird and sad about not creating and putting it out there for a long period of time. I started to feel like, especially on Twitter, when I'm posting maybe just pictures of things I like or pictures of myself, I'm like, I've not posted that for a long time. People are going to forget that I'm an artist. And someone said, Beyonce releases albums wherever she does. In fact, we beg her, but that doesn't stop her from being Beyonce. So if most of your life revolves around art, people are not going to forget that you're an artist just because you've not been posting for a long period of time. And I like that Beyonce can just, this baby's just chilling And one day she just maybe puts picture of hair that she's starting hair business and people will buy. I like that she has reached the point in her career where she's no longer, I don't think she has ever tried to cater to anybody in particular. She has always done what she likes. But right now, the anything she gives us, we take it like
we
that.
take it to
Yeah, she's just chilling.
Like she's
yeah.
like when she came out with that perfume and she was doing it like an influencer. You could tell that she didn't even want to do it. Someone on her team was just like, "Mama, you have to do it for us."
She has done music, she has done fashion, and now she's doing perfume.
Yeah, it's so inspiring. Okay, now I'm going to come back to that street babe. In one of your tweets, I know that on Twitter now everybody's doing 101 street baby, 101 feminism, everybody's doing 101. But you talked about being strict before they started this strict baby 101 thing, and how did you discover that part of yourself?
I saw a conversation about I think it was like a married men conversation, and girls like women sharing screenshots of conversations, and then I just thought, no conversation with, like, they do reach out, but it never gets to this point because I clear them from the very beginning, so they won't even try it.
Wait, isn't that one where married men were coming on to young single babes?
Yeah, so I was like, and then I was like looking at this conversation, and then I was like, I must be strict. I've never experienced, because they won't dare. If I know that you have a wife, there are some things that you won't even say to me because I will just block you immediately. So I think the strict and the understanding part of me works because I'm reasonable, right? So I'm someone that you can tell me, like, you can tell me anything, I would understand you, I won't judge you, but I also have very clear boundaries that I communicate. So that's what makes me strict and understanding, and that's where the balance comes in.
No, I also think that now I get it, because honestly, I also almost never get stuff like that because I just will not answer you. Like, are you mad? Who are you moving to with that nonsense?
Yeah. So it's just like that, but then I can be strict because I'm also a very disciplined person. So there are just some things that some people will not come and just
they will not, and also some people just look at your face and be like, yeah, you can't bring this nonsense to this person.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question that is around art. So have you ever worked a 9-to-5?
Yeah, I have. I worked a 9-to-5 for 3.5 years before I went full freelance. I started working a 9-to-5, I mean, from my last year in uni and till I think 2020. Sounds so far.
2020 is far. That's like, but that's in 2020.
I got a job when I was in my final year in uni, and so I just stayed there till I stayed there for like 2 years and a few months, and then I switched to like a contract 9-to-5 type job for a media company, and then I went for full-time freelance.
Wow, so you've been freelancing since 2020?
Yeah.
Like, and it's just been your art and you.
Yeah, art, design,
yeah,
and me and my stuff.
That is inspiring, especially because a lot of people are very scared when they have to quit their job to follow their passion.
I was scared. I was very scared. It was very impulsive. I had a couple of people tell me that, oh, you can try it. And I mean, you still have this. I went to school. I have degree, even though it's not really in painting or like the practical aspects of what people see art to be. I have my degree in graphic design. So I can still impact industries, whatever industry I'm in, because every industry needs a graphic designer anyway. I think you might know him, but you might not know him. His name is Taiwo Adeyemi. I think he manages in SE. So we were just gisting, and it was like, you can just quit this job and you can do your thing. It doesn't work out, you go right back to it. So I took the brave decision to not, and I think I was also inspired or discouraged. Right. So I call it an inspiration and discouragement, because it was like I was searching for jobs, and then the offers that I got, I was like, I don't think this thing, it's very discouraging. I don't think I'm interested in such. Yes, I'm not interested in such. Right. And then I was also, at the time where I was discouraged, I was inspired by other artists. And then I thought, okay, let me just try and see what works.
My dad is an artist, and because it was an artist back then, it was a poor artist, right? And also art was not as popular back then. And so he used to tell us that whatever it is you want to do it, but you are not becoming an artist, right? But how is that different today? I feel like more people have started to appreciate art, and you know, people will say, oh, artists are hungry people or writers are hungry people, right? But how has that changed today?
It's interesting that you say that your dad did not want you to practice art, because my dad was also an artist. He practiced for a period of time.
Right.
So he was worried when I said I was going to. In fact, it was a long conversation because while I was in secondary school and all of that, I was in the dance team for church. So I was also dancing. So when I told my dad that I wanted to go to uni and study creative, I said, I want to go and dance in school. He wants to go and be dancing in school. I said no, not the theater part, the visual part.
Right.
And then it was a whole conversation, and I was like, I got this talent from you. Like, what are you saying?
It's your fault.
It's your fault. What are you saying? But after a while, I think I had to somehow convince him that I will do it well. My mom was like, whatever you do, study French, you study Yoruba, as long as you have a plan, you know what you're going to do, then go ahead and do it. So I had to reassure him and tell him that if I try this and it doesn't work out for me, I will quickly try another thing. So I think for the artists these days, I think the only difference is social media. It's easier to reach people outside your studio, outside your country, outside the continent, just with social media.
Yes.
And I think that is what has changed it for a lot of people. So you're able to connect to collectors, clients, galleries outside your primary location.
That is very true. That's very true. And I think social media has just helped in various ways. And okay, so I'm going to ask you a question, and it's more like an opinion of yours. You know how AI is AI, you have art that can be done by AI. So how creative do you think AI can be, especially because you're a human artist and you have AI which can also do art? So how creative do you think? Are you pressured, or do you feel any type of way?
That's a good question, because it's a conversation a lot of us are having right now, as AI is threatening some people's jobs and taking some people's jobs. But I don't feel pressured, because I think this thing is a cycle. There will always be new inventions. I'm sure when digital arts came out, traditional artists were like, they are going to steal our jobs.
Yeah.
I'm sure when photography came out, painters were like, no way, this is cheating.
Yeah.
So I think there's
true.
always going to be new technology that will come out and make other people feel like they're going to lose their jobs. For me, I think it's the experience, the human connection, the human experience. I feel like a person will choose to work with me over AI because they want that human, the human feel, the human part of it, right? And then I feel like there's a different audience for everything. Just like traditional art has their audience, digital art has their audience, photography has their audience, and then it's like AI will have their audience. I don't think there will be so much of a clash. I think there will be more collaborations as opposed to clashes. So I don't feel, it's interesting to watch.
Yeah.
I don't like the just like with everything, there are also bad parts of it. So I don't like the bad parts of it, the piracy, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But then I think it's just an interesting invention. And I don't think we should be threatened by AI. I think we should find a way to work with it and use it to our benefits.
Remember how we're talking about you choosing how you wanted to do art, and then your dad's like, do you want to be a dancer? You want to go to school and be a dancer? Okay, so one time I know that you mentioned that if you're not doing art, you'll probably be doing interior decor or be a model, which you're killing, by the way, with Busty.
Thank you.
But if you're not Renike the artist or the influencer, what would you be doing?
Do you know the interior decor thing has changed? So I feel like I'm really called to be an artist because I've been in it for a while. I've explored so many things. I've danced, I've modeled, I've acted, I have sang. and the acting, I've been on tinsel before. I've done
Really?
stage plays. I've played instruments. So I've explored everything. And the reason why I'm an artist today is because I think this is what I like the most. I like painting, and that's why I'm still in it for a long time. So with interior decor, it has changed. I like experiencing good interior decor and all of that. But I think it was after setting up my first space that I liked to, my first space outside my parents' house. I didn't set it up. I used an interior decorator, and then I was just like, I don't think this is something I'm interested. It's so stressful, and I don't know if it's a Nigerian thing because working with Nigerian artisans,
Right.
or if it's a
Right.
general thing.
But was it not like a proper interior decor? Was it just like
No,
someone?
a proper interior decorator did it, but
it was still stressful.
yeah, it was still stressful because you have like a mental picture of what you want it to be, and then you're just like, and then when things are coming into place or coming together, you're changing your mind, and then it's stressing the interior decorator as well. So I'm just like, this I don't
not
think
for
this
me.
thing. I don't know if I know what I want to be in future. If I don't want to be an artist, I'm going to be a professional. Are you talking about realistically or realistic? I was going to say trust fund baby, but I can't be a trust fund baby because my dad didn't trust me with any food. So we're talking reality things. Something related to travel. Yeah, something related to travel. I'd like to get paid to travel.
That is so sweet.
Yeah. I've tried to travel to more places within the past 2 years, and I've loved every experience. It would be nice to be paid to travel.
Yeah.
And another thing I think I might want to explore is something in science. But it's just, I don't know math. I cannot be a scientist.
Okay, but what part of science?
I don't know, but I like science. I like how they're trying to solve problems. It's like so interesting. I also work in the public health sector, but with art, where I create things for this public health company, so that the public is able to understand these things that the scientists and the doctors and all of that cannot really explain to the public. So I think that has even opened up my mind to how broad and how exciting science is.
I mean, coming back to my dad, he used to work as an occupational therapist. So he work in
Incubational therapist.
No, occupational therapist. Yeah, so he work in the hospital and like teach people how to draw and paint, and it's so cute.
That
like
is so
honestly,
cool.
I used to
Your
go
dad
for-
is so cool.
I know, he's such a cool boy. There's something that keeps you going. Like for me now, it's the fact that I can do something different tomorrow. That just is just so freeing, and that keeps me going. So what is it for you?
What keeps me going? It's so exciting that I am able to create based on anything and everything. I like that I'm the commission or the working with people or collaboration part of my work allows me to work in different industries. Today I'm in sports, the next minute I'm in public health, next minute I'm in beauty and cosmetics. I really, really like that. People who just need creative work from every industry, and then I'm able to just do it. I think it keeps me going. It's so exciting, and I'm learning so much from it.
I think that's so interesting because you're not boxed in. You can literally wake up and do something entirely different from what you did yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's the sweetest thing about creativity. I love it so much. Okay, so before we get into the nitty-gritty of the other stuff, I just wanted to ask that, and it's something that happens to me sometimes, but do you ever just look back and reflect on your journey and you're just like, wow, I've come so far? Does it happen to you?
All the time. Sometimes I even feel like I've not done anything special to deserve this. It's like, what do you call it? The imposter syndrome.
Yes.
Yeah, that happens. Sometimes that happens with me because, like, when I won the award, I was just like, I mean, this is so cool, but there are people out there doing better things than I do. So I think, first of all, it's the grace of God. So it shocks me all the time. It's unbelievable and it's slightly scary because I believe things will get better, and I'm hoping that I'm going to go to higher places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because imagine this is just the beginning.
Imagine
Just
this. I feel like
imagine.
it's just the beginning.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Thank you.
I'm buying Renike stock.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
It's
I'll
true.
cash it in.
I should do
Yeah.
Renike stock.
Yeah, exactly. Look at it. Look at it.
Are we serious?
Yes, we should.
I'm joking.
No, seriously. And then it will definitely listen. I will cash out. Yes,
I'll
no, they'll cash out
I'll
in
do
the
this to do
future.
it. Don't worry. I'll
Don't worry,
consult it. So
yeah. We'll get around to doing
So I'll
that.
post it and then we'll do the spaceship logo.
So, bouncing off that, just saying how far you've come, why, and this is a very weird question, but why have you not stopped? Like, what keeps you doing what you're doing?
Because I'm just really happy. I'm really happy. When I used to work in 9 to 5, I used to experience a lot of anxiety. This is not to say that 9 to 5s are bad. I might do it again. But I think it was like a timing type thing, because then I was living on the mainland, going to work on the island. I was so stressed out and I was experiencing a lot of anxiety. When I switched to doing this art thing full time, I had so much peace of mind. And I think that's like the number one thing that encourages me and helps me not to quit. I'm really, really happy. And so it's just the excitement. I feel like if I were not an artist, I wouldn't have met so many beautiful people like you. Honestly, because I tend to keep to myself a lot.
Yeah.
But it has brought me out of the box. It has helped with my social skills. I've met so many people that in my life I wouldn't have thought that I would meet or collaborate with. And I'm very curious about where my skill or talent will take me to, or who I'm meeting next, or what I'm going to do next. And yeah, I just really, really like it.
I think that's so cool because I can relate to that. I don't think that if I were doing something creative, I'll meet a lot of people. I'll just be in my house.
Yeah.
Even now, I still don't want to go out, but sometimes you just have to go out. You have to meet people, and it's been so rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
So I can really tell.
Yeah. It's so cool. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to practice or to live as an artist.
Yeah, it's and I think it's also very cute.
Yeah, I'm an art girly.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a cute thing. And your art is so pretty.
Thank you.
I know that's what I like about it. Your art is genuinely pretty. Now we're going to get to know you as an influencer.
I'm not an influencer.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm not an influencer.
Not you influencing people.
I just have a lot of followers. I think I should stop fighting this thing.
So the thing is that yes, you have a lot of followers, but because you're not trying to be an influencer, you end up influencing people.
Yeah.
Because it's when you're not trying to do anything that people will be like, oh, okay, I like this thing that she's doing, let me go and do it. Because you're just living your own life on your own, and then someone from like 70 hours away is like, oh, I really like this.
I think that's what's happening. I think is the word natural or I don't know.
You're not
just
forcing it.
it's
It's so
not forcing
effortless.
anything.
Yeah.
And then I feel like there are influencers that can achieve the same thing if they stick to
if they're
niche influencers.
Yes. Like the way you influenced me to go and check the price of that shoe, and I went right back.
Sorry,
I closed my laptop.
I saw your Twitter.
That's
I
not
was
what
like,
we're doing
killed
today.
me. I was like, this babe has killed me. But they're good. They're good. They're good sandals or slippers.
Just the day after, I met someone else wearing stuff, and they were like, "You should totally buy it."
Yeah, you should.
And I was like, "Yes, I'm going to do that." I should have bought it them because I know now it's going to be more expensive.
You should have bought it. You should have bought it there. You see.
Okay, let's talk about influencing and just. So everyone talks about how they meet you and you always have such great skin. I know that. Oh, you tell people, oh, you have great skin, but you actually do have. And then also when you take pictures, it's like, did you put bulb?
It's like sunshine.
Blind
your enemies.
Why? Like why? What is it that you use, please?
First of all, to be honest, I think this thing is genes. Number one.
Oh,
yes.
right.
So I feel like genetically, I'm an honest babe. I'm not people that say this is it. I'm an honest babe. My parents have good skin,
right?
Both my mom and my dad.
Right.
So I think it's genetic.
Right.
But now maintaining it, I've done a couple of things. Met with estheticians to, know my skin type, so they advise me on products to use. I don't use a lot of products. And also my diet. I eat my vegetables. I eat my vegetables. I eat my vegetables. I exercise 4 to 5 times a week, and lemon and ginger. I do like it's called a wellness shot. So it's like a lemon, ginger, turmeric, honey, black pepper type thing, where you just take like a shot glass every morning, or 3 times a week, depending on your body, or not at all, because there's some people that their bodies just don't work with those things. And I think I saw a more drastic change when I started taking those shots, because I remember my friend walking up to me one time and being like, "You are bright." I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You're bright," and then I was like, "I don't understand what you're saying. I've not changed my skincare.
Right.
I'm not bleaching. So what do you mean?" He said, you're just bright.
You're bright.
And then after a while, because this was something I randomly saw on TikTok and I decided to try, right? After a while, I realized that it was the wellness shots that they were. And then it eased everything. I don't feel as, even when I exercise and I do pass my body, the pain, the muscle pains are not as much. My cramps, I don't feel that much pain. That's drastically reduced. And all. So it just makes me feel really good.
Wow, you're bright.
Yeah. So I got to understand, when people say there is lightening and there is brightening. So I think from that statement I got to understand, this is what people mean when they say bright. So it's not like a lighter skin complexion. It's just more radiant. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we talked about how you don't think you're an influencer, but you sort of are.
Okay.
So how does it feel to be known as a lifestyle influencer? Because it's true, you influence people to make changes towards their lifestyle. Like that tweet now went so crazy, right? So how does it feel to know that you have that power over the followers that you currently have?
I feel very scared and cautious because especially on Twitter, there are some things that I want to say to some people, and I just can't.
Now that Elon has taken away circles.
And Elon has taken away circles. So there's some things that I want to say to people. Like, I feel like there's so much attention on me and there's so many eyes on me. And I can still be genuine and I can still be myself. But now I have to sort of cater to the feelings of people that look up to me or people that are listening to what I am saying. And that is a bit stressful, to be honest. But I want better for everybody or for good people around me. So it's cool. But I don't think I'm an influencer. I just think I'm someone with many followers.
Someone with influence.
Okay, then I'm an influencer.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about, I know that we've not given some time to Bosti. I wanted to just touch on it a little bit. Bosti, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So, do you think that art influenced Bosti, or just the way you dress in general? You dress really well, right?
Thank you.
So do you think that your art influenced that part of you?
No. In fact, I started paying more attention to my fashion and the way I dress because of Bosti. I think there was another interview that I had one time, and sometimes when you're answering questions, that's when you realize that this is the reason why I've been doing these things. And I realized that before Bosti, I used to dress to cover my body. You know how people say, like, the function of clothes to cover your body, to cover your nakedness. So that's what I used to do. I didn't dress for my body type. And then the extra, it was just so difficult to get clothes for my body type as a Bosti woman. So I'll just wear clothes that can do the job. Cover my upper body, cover my lower body, and proceed with life. I'm sure I've done it. And then starting Bosti made me realize that, you can look better. You can dress according to your body type. There are clothes that you can wear that will make you look good. that was when I started taking my fashion life seriously. That was when I started experimenting and exploring. So it has nothing to do with art and everything to do with busty.
Oh.
Because if you just left me as an artist, my fashion, I would just be wearing comfort because I like comfort. So I would just dress to do the basic function of clothing, not really to explore fashion and style.
That's really interesting. How does it feel to be an artist, which is creative, and an entrepreneur, which is not as... Yes, I mean, Bossy is really creative, but one time you talked about how you're not so much on the creative end as the administrative end. So how does that feel, just running a business in Nigeria?
I think being a freelance artist, I've learned a lot about business as well, because you're not just drawing, especially if you don't have a manager or an agency. You're doing everything. You're the customer care person, you're finance, you're marketing, you're everything. So being a freelancer or a freelance artist, it's sort of also being an entrepreneur, but just like a creative entrepreneur. I don't do the designing and all of that for Bossy, because I did try. My partner Dami, she did try, and then what I designed, she was like,
Get out.
You don't know fashion. You cannot design. So she said I should get out and handle marketing and customer care and all of that, customer relations. And I've learned so much. So I like that the knowledge I'm getting from Bossy and what I do at Bossy is influencing art, and art is influencing Bossy. I'm learning, especially, I think the biggest thing I've learned is people, how to manage people.
Hey!
How to manage people.
Oh my God, I'm suffering that.
Especially right now, if you're catering to a group of people that have been neglected in the fashion industry. So you get a mix of excitement and you get a mix of very high expectations, like you're catering, so you say, you better get it right. And I'm just like, I'm trying.
Don't kill me.
Yeah, so it's like a mix of people that are gracious enough to tolerate your mistakes and your faults, and then people that are just strict, like, better don't fumble. Don't do nonsense. So yeah, but it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to how the business will grow and how much I'm going to learn. And make. Very important. Very important.
Okay, so I'm going to sort of sidetrack and ask you. I know that you said that you don't like to be referred to as an influencer, but you have this community of people who like what you do, who love your lifestyle, and who you have a certain level of influence over. How does that make you feel? What's your favorite thing about having that community of people?
So I just want to clarify that this doesn't mean being an influencer is a bad thing or anything to be ashamed of, please.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Please. There's nothing wrong with being an influencer. I think it's just the reason why I always deny it is because I'm already so many things, and just adding that to the plane, it sounds overwhelming. Yes. That's why I'm always denying that I'm not an influencer. My favorite thing about like being able to lead, because I think it's some form of leadership, right, or indirect leadership, a group of people, is that you get to see people imitate your lifestyle and get results. I feel like with the wellness shot thing, if people could not relate to it, the tweet wouldn't have gone viral. If people didn't try and get results, the tweet wouldn't have gone viral. So I like that. It's like it's like you're tweeting something, right, in your head that you don't know is right or wrong, and then people try it and then it works for them. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, okay, I guess it's right. Yeah. So, but then I feel like there are offsides to it, because sometimes when you have a voice, you start to feel like everything you say is right.
Yes.
So it's also important. Yeah, it's not true. It's important to catch yourself when you're fumbling and adjust accordingly.
That is so insightful. That's so true, because you just think that you have the ultimate knowledge because you have a lot of people following you. I wanted to talk about, because you mentioned how you exercise 45 times a week. So your gym, well, I don't want to call you a gym rat because that's like too extreme, but you talk about your fitness life on Twitter especially, and you show us pictures, results, and everything. How do you manage that? Because it's something I'm currently trying to do more. I feel to make
I think you have to first identify the problem. And one thing about exercising is that as you're working towards solving the problem, it becomes a part of you, it becomes a lifestyle. So it's hard to stop after you solve the problem. It's hard to like adjust accordingly. Because I'm trying to stop working out 5 times a week and start working out 4 times a week because I've like reached my goals, my fitness goals. There's no reason, but I'm used to it. So I'm having to do, okay, you can't do that because I would work out for at least 1 hour. So it's my normal fitness or exercise session is like 130 minutes, right? And the reason why I started it was because my metabolism was nonsense. I will eat food that didn't stay in my stomach for days, or I'll feel like it's in my stomach for days. I was always bloated. I'll go up the stairs and be panting like I want to die. And I was like, this girl, you're not even 30. You're not even 30. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And I felt like if I don't try to sort myself out right now, it's going to be harder when I'm older. And that was why I started it. I tend to be a very disciplined person. So the moment I find a problem and I make up my mind to solve that problem for myself or other people, I just go all out till I solve the problem. So I think that was what inspired the fitness thing. And now it's been over a year that I've been working out consistently at home. You guys can work out at home.
You know what? I was just about to ask if you go to the gym.
I've gone to the gym to look at the equipment. I'm like,
so what do you do at home? How
Stuff.
do you? I need to discuss this with you because I was just about to say that I can relate to what you were saying or what you're saying about, you know, eating. Sometimes I would not even eat because I'm just like, I feel so like I just finished feeling bloated. I can't eat now and then go.
I think it's very traumatizing. Because you become scared of food.
Yes.
And that's very bad. You shouldn't have a bad relationship. In fact, I started to like food more when I started exercising and all because I realized that the food is not a problem. So even all the things that I cut as bread and now I eat it, I'm so happy. Right? Because I sort of understand it. So like the wellness shot thing, I learned it on TikTok. Everything about exercising, I learned it on TikTok as well. And I just knew, okay, if I want to maybe drop a few pounds, tone up my body, fix my metabolism, I have to lift weights. So I saved up some money. I got dumbbells up to like 50 kg. I bought myself a small foldable treadmill. I bought myself a skipping rope and some elastic bands, and I just created a routine out of it.
Okay, I think I should definitely do that. I should look into doing that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Renike, for joining us. Thank you. This has been so inspiring. Like, I actually like talking to you. Really like talking to you.
I like talking to you too.
Thank you so much for giving us tips on health, you know, beauty, wellness, everything, just everything in general. And art, of course, art. But thank you so much. So we have a gift for you. Thank you for coming on our podcast.
It seems heavy. I'm so excited. Wow, thank you very much. And I love the bag.
It's so cute, right?
Yeah, it's one of those bags that you don't throw away.
Yes.
You can pack many
Awesome
things.
design also.
I love it. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. I had so much fun.
Thank you so much for joining us on this podcast. So it's a wrap. We're done. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. Thank you, Renike, for joining us. I hope that you found Renike's story and art and everything as inspiring as I did, because I really found it inspiring. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to Limitless by Gray, and we'll see you on our next episode. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.